Let's make my triple squared quilt pattern using 10-inch squares. This pattern is available as a free PDF in 5 quilt sizes: baby, throw, twin, queen, and king, which I will link down below in the video's description. For today's video, I'll be making the throw size quilt, measuring at 51 inches by 59.5 inches. I am using the Season of Tribute, the softer side by Amy Sinibaldi for Art Gallery Fabrics. Now let's get started. From your 10-inch squares, select 21 of them and trim them down to a 9-inch square. Feel free to cut all 4 sides if you prefer to get rid of those pinking edges, or only trim 2 sides so you can save those scraps to use within a crumb style quilt later. Then with the remaining 10-inch squares, subcut 2 2.5-inch by 9-inch rectangles, 2 2.5-inch by 5-inch rectangles, and 1 5-inch square. Now we're ready to make a quilt block. Select 2 2.5-inch by 9-inch rectangles, 2 2.5-inch by 5-inch rectangles in the same print, and 1 5-inch square in a different print. First, we will sew the 2.5-inch by 5-inch rectangles to the left and right side of that 5-inch square. Then we will sew the 2.5-inch by 9-inch rectangles to the top and bottom, leaving you with a 9-inch square. You'll repeat this step until you have 21 quilt blocks. This pattern comes quickly together as you're only piecing half of the quilt blocks needed to make your quilt. Now it's time to piece your quilt top, and first you're going to start with that print 9-inch square followed by the pieced block, and you'll alternate between the two in a checkerboard style layout. Then, as always, sew your blocks together to form rows, and lastly sew the rows together to complete your quilt top. And here's what my quilt top looks like all completed. For the backing, I am using a coordinating print from within the collection. Then for the thread choice, I'm going with glide threads in the color Apricot Blush. And here is what my quilt looks like all quilted out. For my longarm quilters, I chose Echoed Hearts from Urban Elements, which I will link down below. And once again, this pattern is available as a free PDF pattern in 5 quilt sizes: baby, throw, twin, queen, and king. And I do hope you have enjoyed today's tutorial. If you could please take a moment to hit that like and subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can be notified for your next amazing quilt project.